Good morning and welcome back to Freckle Farms in the Hinterland. Sorry about that noise, they should be done in a few minutes. We've got the work crew, they said they were going to be done by 8. Let's have a bit of a check around. I've done a lot of mowing overnight yesterday. I mowed everything that we could, right around the whole farm. Starting to grow back already actually. Everything that we could. Field's ready. Bugger. Mowed all up to our perimeter, right along, all around the side while the builders were here. So looks like they're all packed up and finished. We've got a bit of a surprise. We got our bunker silo in, that's why we got no money. They had to do a little bit of earth moving and build it out. And while they were doing that, with the leftover materials, I asked them to throw a bridge in so we can make our campground. So it looks pretty nice and level here. I'm not sure about on this side yet, but as we want to try and level out a little bit, I mean, this might not be able to be turned into a campground yet, so I don't want to go spend a lot of money. That's my measuring stick. But yeah, I think we've got about 20,000, 23,000 litres. Oh, that is sitting up a little bit high, isn't it? That's okay, it's mainly a pedestrian bridge. Got about 20,000 litres of grass. Freckle sticking out of the logs. So that'll go in here. This is ready to harvest, which is a pain. I wasn't ready for that today. Yeah, the only part I didn't do was over here. I haven't bothered about over here just yet. I was just trying to get as much mowed before it got too dark, because the mower does not have lights. So when the workers were there, they had their lights set up. So I'm like, I think they finished about 10 o'clock. I finished with them, went and had some dinner, went to bed, and woke back up. And this is done. So I had spoken to Heidi and the boys up there at the shop. See if I can rent or lease a harvester. They said they've got a class 1 coming in that's going to be up for sale. So we might rent to own that, or rent it and just, when we get a minute, we can buy it when we got the money. I think it was about $20,000 for the harvester and the header used. It's a bit older style one. Yeah, we're going to need a trailer too, aren't we? Not sure if they'll have a trailer up there for us or not. Sure, we don't really need a trailer straight away, because we could dump it directly into the silo, can't we? I think that's what we'll do. We might take these eggs up and see what they'll give us for those as well. That might help us get some money for a trailer. We don't have anything too big. It's just going to be when it comes time to sell, which we are going to need to sell sooner rather than later, because we're hemorrhaging funds super fast. I was sort of hoping the field will be ready to harvest tomorrow, but obviously it comes through faster, which is good because the chickens are going to need some feed anyway, so that's going to be fine. But let's get these eggs dropped off and see, get this harvester ready for us, and head back and get some cutting done. Looks like the ship's just dropped off the harvester. Haven't even got it off the docks yet. Looks like it's a bit of a beast actually. Does the restaurant need eggs? We'll drop them there and see what they'll give us. Not too bad, 1,200 bucks. That'll keep us going for a little bit longer. We'll head over here and have a chat to them. See if they'll let us use it, maybe purchase it, paying off a little bit each week. How you going, buddy?
Hi.
Is that the harvester that is going to be up for sale over there? It's pretty game bringing that here, like there's not even any other farms here yet. Didn't think you'd take that sort of a risk, but it's good that you're getting in equipment. I wouldn't mind it, so if you can have a bit of a think about it, we'll borrow it today and give you some cash to hire it. And if you're keen on selling it, maybe you could work out a bit of a payment plan, or you let me know. We'll sort it out. I just got to hook up, get a trailer from somewhere, and we'll get this field done. Are the keys in it? Alright. Cheers, buddy. I honestly think he was scared to drive it on the docks. I don't know how... Yeah. They must have lifted it off with a crane, because... Well, everything looks okay. Gotta get it off now without sinking it. Ooh. A little bit sketchy. Apparently there's a few things they've got to put on it. There's no beacons, there's no tow hook underneath. Something else he said they've got to do to it before it's ready for sale. But I'm pretty surprised they brought something so old in on the ship. It wouldn't have been cheap. Unless they couldn't sell it on the mainland and they just thought they're going to use this place as like a dumping ground or an auction site, or I don't know, maybe they thought this thing was ready for the museum and start lining machines up in the paddocks, and hopefully the tourists and the hikers when they come here get a kick out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to come in handy for us. It's a perfect size, and we can do Heidi's fields for her now, and if she builds any more fields or any other farmers move in, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to help them out if they haven't got the machinery as well. So, alright, let's get down and get this field started. Alright, let's get this thing all unloaded. I was also thinking, depending on how much this holds, maybe we can have it all. I mean, if depending on how much we get out of this field, we might be able to take it up in the tank instead of dumping it in the silo. Can I drop it? Maybe put straw swath down. We'll try and pick that up as well. Some extra cash. Yeah, I don't know how big the tank is, but we'll see how we go, I guess. A little bit sketchy. So close to the blades, but beggars can't be choosers, and I'd rather use this thing than that old rusty red thing we were using the other day. So I'm gonna do everything we can now to save up for this thing before someone, I mean, there's no one else really here to buy it, so that's probably why we're going to be able to get it for such a good deal. I just want to get cost price for it back, move it on. Big gamble bringing it in here, so they know I'm keen on this sort of stuff. I guess it's worth it. If it's been sitting on the mainland for a year or so, can't sell. Someone's obviously put a lot of work into it, refurbishing it, rebuilding it. It's probably a little bit too small for the most farmers these days. They got the big 12, 13 metre wide ones and all the computers and all of the stuff, and it's not the sort of stuff that we want. So happy chugging along doing our own little thing. Oops. Alright, I'm going to keep going up and down and getting this done, and we'll bring you back when we get close to being finished. like Heidi's pinching my tractor. Scooting off out there, must be going out to check on her property. I don't mind, they've lent me a lot of stuff, so as long as she doesn't crash it, I do not mind. See if we can. There she goes. See her through the cattle shed there in a minute. There you go, look. We didn't think I was coming up. She's like, I'll just duck back to the house, it'll be fine. Ducking out for an early breakfast maybe. Late breakfast, early lunch, I don't know. Probably going out to check on what the workers have been doing for the last few days. Like I said, I think her house is almost, the shell's complete. I think she's just got to do what's left inside now. Not bad, we get up to $13,000 now, and we've still got probably a third of the field left to go, so wheat prices are going well. We'll probably try and keep some in our silo for our chickens. We'll have to check. There you go, another $6,000. Alright, let's get back down to the farm and get this stuff sorted. Apparently she was up there, she was up there getting our trailer. She used a tractor. She's like, I've seen you come back and forwards now in the harvester. She's like, I'm going to go and get the trailer for you. It'll be a little bit faster, so we should be bringing that down for us so we can just load into that. I think it's just that grey trailer we used when we were doing the fields for her. Oh, there she is there actually. Probably loves the idea of helping out around the place because it's better than sitting up there in that little huddle all day waiting for tourists to pop up. Going through the trees over there. Pretty cool. There it is. Not too bad at all. That will save us a little bit of hassle. What I might do is I might throw this load that's in the harvester now just into our silo, so we do have chicken feed. And then that way, if I forget it, we've still got food. Can't let the chickens go hungry. If I get sidetracked, I'll forget about saving some, and then next minute we'll have none left. It'll all be sold. Especially when we're getting $6,000 a load. Like, that's pretty good. Lower. Turn it on. We don't need the lights on, but yeah. Let's get at it, I'd say. It's a little bit easier. Probably will go close to filling it up regardless. I think we'll just make sure we once this one's filled up. I don't know what that worker's doing now. I must have pressed B when I got out. You can stay in there for a minute. I'll go and empty this out depending on how much it fills. 2.5, yeah, it's going to be over half full by the time I go, so not sure if we can fit all the rest in this trailer load or not. No. 71% full. Maybe we'll just take this up now. We'll drop it off, come back, and then take over from the worker and finish it up. Should not be too bad at all. I don't think there's any work needing done on these fields next to us today. Oh. Yeah, we might end up with close to 25 grand when this is all done. That'll be wicked. Probably see if we can keep this trailer for an hour or so, and maybe we'll fill up our silo, our silage bunker, and then that way we can blanket it up, and in a few months we'll have silage to sell. I can't see us being able to afford cattle between now and then. And when I was speaking to the people up here, the cattle barn we have is milk only. There's no slurry, there's no manure, which is not really what I'm after. I'd rather some manure so we can use that to fertilise our fields and save some money on fertiliser. So we'll have to look at getting that added or upgraded if we can. We definitely want the slurry and the manure. Need to get our bridges transitions as smooth as that. They're perfect. Definitely a little bit faster than coming up here in the harvester. We get last load 6,000, or it dumps out a lot faster too. We get before 6,000. That was for 93%. The same. I wonder if prices have gone down a little bit. Either way, 25 grand when we're done and dusted, minus a couple $100 as the least cash for the day. Hasn't really taken that long. Shouldn't be a lot of fuel costs. I think the biggest expense we're going to have is this worker. They charge a fortune. Need a tractor that does 100 mile an hour to get back and forward super fast. Put cruise control on and we'll just cruise it. But yeah, because we've got all that grass in our silo, we don't actually need a bucket yet. We will have to purchase a bucket to scoop it back up. And maybe with that bucket we can also scoop up this straw. I don't know what we should do. Should be, I don't know, what's it worth to sell? Like, will we get money back if we 182 bucks a bale. I wonder how much it would be to lease a baler, pick it up and sell the bales. I don't know. Does this tip from the rear? I don't know if I'll leave the worker in there for a minute. We'll do a bit of a test quickly. There's grass. Go 40,000 litres, look at that. Now I don't know if our silage bunker is wide enough for this to tip sideways. That's one thing I didn't really think about. Side left, yep. If we sort of get it here, unload. Okay, that's going to work. We'll just do that with all the loads and then we drive over it. This bunker's going to hold heaps, like way too big for what we need. Tractor's doing some compaction, so that's the main thing. Like, might be able to level that lip out a little bit more so we got more room to turn in and out, but I think if we compact between each dump, it's going to make it a lot easier to compact later because we don't want to get stuck in there. And maybe if the trailer's fully loaded so there's weight, or I mean the harvester, we could drive the harvester through. I think the harvest is actually finished. Wicked. So we'll get this last bit out. And then we'll work on worrying about getting this straw up, and if by the end of the day today, what's another 3,800 litres? If by the end of the day today we can get our silage clamp filled, that's going to be a huge deal for us as well. Might be able to purchase our own trailer tomorrow. I don't know what sort of money we're looking at for a new cattle. I just want something basic and cheap and not nasty, but even something like that to start out with. The self-made cow shed, 36,000. Get to have 45 cow. We'd probably only put 5 or 10 in there because you can't afford it. Simple cow barn. Yeah, that's the one that's got auto water. Not the one that's already in here, so I'll have to have a look at that and work that out as well. Get this parked up under here for a minute. Get it out of the way. What should we do? We'll take this up and sell it. And then we'll pop back and finish off this silage clamp. Alright, getting up there now. Yeah, Heidi was saying this trailer only cost her about $6 grand, so we might have to see if we can get ourselves one. We've got a little bit of spare cash right now, and it'd be handy. A lot of the trailers are very heavy and hold a lot less weight, so we might have a little bit of a quick look. 25 grand, like I was hoping for, which is great. Would have had a little bit more if that worked. It didn't take all of our cash, but let's have a look. Where is it? That one there. So we'll do the standard. Some stickers. Black, maybe we'll do the John Deere colours. I don't know, that looks like us. $6 grand, that's us. Now we have our own trailer. And we can put this one back over here for Heidi. And we'll take it up to her farm later for her. How you doing, buddy?
Hi.
Thank you for that. I'll just purchase a trailer, but we will come back tonight and take yours back up to the farmhouse if you can't get it back up there. Appreciate the offer and thank you very much. Have a good day, mate. Oh, tractor's over here, isn't it? Have to give this thing a wash now to make it look as good as a trailer. Where is it? Over here? Looks pretty snazzy. It's got lights. Oh, number plate lights and all, look at that. Right, let's get back down the farm. And we'll start moving this silage. Okay, we're just getting some more grass. Probably got two and a little bit loads left maybe. I'm just compacting as I go. That straw I'm going to pick up as much as I can with the shovel. Maybe we could try the lawnmower, I'm not sure. But I think in the next few episodes we might start, while we're waiting for fields to harvest and grow, trying to get this level a bit more so we can have it neater. We might start over there on the campground. It's going to cost us a lot of money to get that leveled out neat and tidy. But I think if we start clearing it, mowing it, just making it look nice, maybe we'll put a couple of tents up there, a toilet or something if we can get some cheap enough used. Alright, so as we're driving on it, it's good because it's helping compact it. I did find another one of them collectibles. I have told Heidi she might come down and grab it. If it's one of the, I think there's 5 or 6 that are worth like 30,000. There's some that are worth 1,000. I don't know how it all works, but I found another one that was over in the middle of our oh no, we're stuck on a stump. In the middle of our yard, actually, in the centerpiece of our driveway. I'll show you when we head back over. Alright, that looks pretty neat. Not too bad actually, we're getting it done. That's just straight there. Looks like it's green. That little beast there. So, yeah, we'll see how that fares for us. I don't know how many there is, so I'll have to check, but we found 2, I think, haven't we? That's the second one now. Alright, fill her up again. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Would have stopped. This trailer's a pearler. It's $6 grand or whatever it's cost. It's paying for itself. We'll do a run over this part, level it off a bit more, and we'll dump the last part of it. We'll just try and get it so it's not so humpy and bumpy like that, a bit more smoother. We'll do another little, it's saying it's 100% compacted, but I just wanted a bit more smooth. Oh, nope, I wanted to unload. Not that far back though, because if we go that far back it'll end up coming out, so we don't want that to happen. Alright, we'll grab the last little bit, compact it all, and then we're going to cover it. Start making some silage. It's the most money that we've had since we started too, so that's a good thing. The harvest is paying for itself. We have to save up about, let's save another 10, 15 grand I think for the harvester. But I mean, when you're making 25 grand for the harvest, and the harvest was done hours before it normally would be because the machine was better. Definitely worth having the equipment, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, literally 3 harvests, and we've paid for that harvester. So, it's a win-win, really. Having better equipment, saving us time, allowing us to get more done, especially once we do get more fields, if we can afford it. That's the next thing you want to build up to, you know, getting more fields. Like if we buy a plot of land, I'd like to try and build a couple of fields in it. So, you know, instead of having like maybe this size, and then you got a little bit more variety, you can do more things. Depending on what they want for it, maybe we could offer some cash for the land next to us. Do a bit of a deal with Heidi, maybe she would let us do that and help her make fields over near her house. I don't know. We have all the equipment now to do it. We got to, all we'd have to do is get a plow, which wouldn't be hard. She may have one. What is it saying? That was weird. Does this thing only hold 40,000 litres? Wouldn't let us dump it in there, would it? No idea what went on there. Maybe that's why that trailer's cheap. One more run just for good luck. Get these little bumps out. We are going to have to spend a couple of $1,000s as well getting ourselves a bucket. Because we will have to unload this at some point. Alright, let's get it covered. Blanket that silo. You betcha. Alright, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. I'm going to grab the shovel and start loading up some straw. I don't think I'm going to worry about collecting it all, but if we can collect a little bit of it, make us some money. that's all we got to do. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you again tomorrow.